10 interesting facts about the royal family. Today, I'm going to share with you 10 interesting facts about the royal family. From their history to their traditions, these facts will provide you with a bit more insight into their history. The royal family has impacted our society in many ways, so sit back and learn more about them. The British monarchy traces its origins from the petty kingdoms of Anglo-Saxon England and early medieval Scotland, which consolidated into the kingdoms of England and Scotland by the 10th century. England was conquered by the Normans in 1066, after which Wales also gradually came under the control of Anglo-Normans. According to one estimate I've seen, the total value of what's called the firm, their assets are about $28 billion, and so we're talking about serious amounts of money. The Queen herself was an incredibly wealthy woman. By some estimates, $500 million would be not far off, long before Queen Elizabeth was kicking her feet up at Buckingham Palace and indulging in her go-to cocktail, gin and debonnaire. In case you're wondering, Queen Elizabeth Roman II actually served as a World War Roman II mechanic. And that's not the only fun fact about the Windsor family. It turns out there's much more to this crew than high tea and over-the-top weddings. 1. British royalty. A brief history. The British royal family has been around since the 12th century and is one of the oldest institutions in the world. Here are 10 interesting facts about the British royal family. The British royal family has been around since the 12th century. The British royal family is one of the oldest institutions in the world. King Charles III is the current monarch of the British royal family. Queen Elizabeth Roman II is the longest reigning British monarch. Queen Elizabeth Roman II's coronation was the first British coronation to be televised. Queen Elizabeth Roman II met with every living U.S. president. Queen Elizabeth Roman II met with every U.S. president since Dwight D. Eisenhower. Queen Elizabeth Roman II is the longest reigning British monarch in British history. Queen Elizabeth Roman II met with every living prime minister. Queen Elizabeth Roman II was the longest reigning British monarch in British history. 2. The royal family. Their traditions. The royal family has a long and rich history. It is one of the oldest and most well-known royal families in the world. They have a special relationship with the United Kingdom and are an integral part of the British monarchy. Their history is full of interesting facts, traditions, and events. 3. Royal wedding. The history of the royal wedding. The history of the royal wedding is an interesting one. It is an ancient tradition that has been around for thousands of years. The first royal wedding was in ancient Rome and was between the Emperor Nero and his first wife, Pythagoras. The royal wedding was also a tradition in the United Kingdom. It is believed that King Arthur married Guinevere at the royal wedding. The royal wedding has been a tradition in England since the Saxon times. In the United States, the royal wedding was a tradition in the colonial era. The royal wedding is a marriage between a man and a woman, and it is not just between the king and queen. The wedding is a religious act and is conducted by a priest. 4. The royal family. Their impact on society. The royal family is one of the most talked about topics in the world. They are always in the news whether it is for good or bad. Their impact on society has been huge, and there is no question that they have made a lasting impact. Here are some interesting facts about the royal family. 1. The last time the royal family was not in the news was in 1714. 2. The royal family is the oldest continuous dynasty in the world. 3. The royal family has produced 29 sovereigns. 4. The royal family has produced 16 kings, 13 queens, and 7 princes. 5. The royal family has been in power for over 300 years. 6. The royal family has produced 44 monarchs. 7. Queen Elizabeth Roman II is the longest reigning monarch in British history. 8. Queen Elizabeth Roman II is the only person to have held the crowns of England, Scotland, and Ireland. 9. The royal family has produced 67 consorts. 10. King George Roman III is the only British monarch to have been on the losing side in a war.